Now that you know how to knit and how to purl, the rest of knitting is merely a question of learning how to manipulate those two stitches. What I've done here is a sampler that will teach you how to decrease 2 different ways and increase 2 different ways. So to start with, please cast on 20 stitches of any scrap yarn, and I'll show you how to start with a decrease. Okay, I have 20 stitches on here. I'm going to knit 2 stitches just for an edge, just to show you, so that you'll be able to see more clearly what the increase and decrease does. So I'm just going to knit 2 plain. Now, this is called slip, slip, knit 2 together. What that means is to slip 2 stitches as if to knit. So it looks like I'm about to knit that, but I'm going to slip it off onto my right needle. I do that again. It's just slipped onto my right needle. Then I put it back on the left needle and leave this needle through the back of the loops and knit as usual. Now I think you can see that those stitches, those 2 stitches have become 1 stitch, and they lean to the left. A stitch to the end. The instructions will say knit until you have 4 stitches left on your left needle. See how that's split? I want to put that back onto my needle correctly. So just hang on to it, pull that needle out, and put it back through the correct loop. Okay, now I have 4 stitches left. I'm going to do something a little bit simpler than the first decrease, and that is just knit 2 stitches together, just like that. I'm going to do that again. Just grab 2 stitches instead of 1 and knit them together. That's abbreviated K2TOG, knit 2 together. And it leans to the right. Hopefully you can see that. Okay. This side is all done by knitting 2 together. This side is all decreased by slipping 2 stitches 1 at a time as if to knit, putting them back on the left needle, and knitting them together through the back of the stitches. It's a whole lot of words, but it's a simple process. Okay, I have turned around and purled back to the beginning. I have 2 more stitches to purl. Turn your work back around, and we're going to decrease again. So we're going to knit 2 stitches regular. That just creates an edge, and a lot of times that's like a sleeve edge, and it will give you someplace to sew to. Okay, now we're going to do our slip, slip, knit 2 together. Slip as if to knit, slip as if to knit, put those 2 stitches back on your left needle, leave your right needle behind those stitches, and knit. That decrease leans to the left. Knit to within the last 4 stitches and knit 2 together. Grab 2 stitches, put your needle through, and knit regularly. That decrease leans to the right, and then knit 2 more stitches. do that process 3 more times. So purl the next row, then come back and watch another decrease. Okay, this is your 3rd decrease row. Knit 2 stitches, slip, slip, put it back on the left needle, leave your right needle in the back, and knit. Okay, knit to the end of the row till you have 4 stitches left. Simple knit 2 together. Grab 2 stitches with your right needle and knit as you would any other stitch. Finish that off. I've purled across and now I'm back on the knit side. I should explain that stockinette stitch, S-T-O-C-K-I-N-E-T-T-E, is any pattern that requires you to knit on one side, purl on the other. The bumpy side is the purl side, the smooth side is the knit side. That's the best way to remember what you're up to next. This is my knit row. Knit 2 stitches, slip, slip. Those stitches are not knit, so you got to put them back on your left needle. Leave your right needle behind the stitches and knit. I'm going to do that again for you. Put them back together the way they were. Okay, you've just knit 2 stitches at the beginning of your row. You're going to slip this stitch and slip this stitch and knit from the back of those loops so that the decrease leans a particular direction. If you just decreased by knitting into the back of 2 loops, do you see how this stitch right here twists? It's not as pretty as this stitch. So let's take that apart. We're going to knit across to the end of the row and do the simple lean to the right decrease. Just knit 2 stitches together as you would 1 stitch. That's knit 2 together, it leans to the right. Knit 2 more stitches. Okay, turn your work over once more and purl